My friends, it is that time again for the Life of a Fit Pro podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Anderson, and let's see what we can dive into this week. Okay, just before I sat down, I realized I wear the same shirt like every week. So I promise I have other clothes. But this also brings up a good point. This has absolutely nothing to do with the topic of today, or does it? I am so intrigued by a capsule wardrobe. Have you heard of these? So it's not a new concept. It's not mine, but it's the idea of taking this decision out of your day so that you can spend creative energy and decisions on more important things. So you would have like a limited wardrobe to pick from and pieces that are all somehow connected so that you can mix and match 100 different ways with a limited amount of clothing. Now, earlier this year for spring, I did a big spring cleaning of the closet where this door behind me goes into our eaves in the attic. And every season, I would just store a bin or two or sometimes three of clothing from the season that had just passed. So like right now, winter stuff would be in there. But I decided this year with my spring cleaning, I wanted to see all of it. I have a pretty sizable closet and it's crazy that like my stuff all didn't fit. And I said, no more of that. It's all going to fit in this one space. So I got rid of a lot of stuff and was very honest about what I wasn't going to wear, even if it still had tags on it. And it's been so amazing to walk into my closet knowing that this is it. This is all the clothing that I have. And I'm so intrigued by the idea of paring it down even more. So much so that I am very particular now. I bought a dress not too long ago. I feel like I've purchased some athleisure wear, but I'm being really nitpicky about what I'm adding to my wardrobe because of what I saw it could become. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to keep it small. I don't want to buy more hangers. I don't want to create more storage space for it. I want it all to be there. So I'm trying to really focus on like solids or simple patterns or things that I'm likely to wear again versus a one and done kind of situation. And that's been really cool. The part that is difficult is the athleisure wear, but you wouldn't know it because I just keep wearing this Lululemon Scuba. I have like 9 of them, and this is the one that I keep wearing. So that's fun. Okay, my friends, welcome back. I've been thinking a lot about this week's topic. As a fitness professional, as a coach, as someone who is in your corner, someone who thinks about you and your goals all the time, people ask me what it takes to be successful. What does it take to complete a goal? Like I get asked that question so much, or what do I think it would take for them to complete their goal, which is the wrong question. I'm going to throw it right back at you. What do you think it's going to take for you to complete your goal? Because I could tell you, but I'm not living your life. You got to live your life. I'm not doing that workout for you. I'm not doing that meal prep for you. You got to figure it out. And here is sort of a collection of all of those thoughts. And I'm going to tell you 5 things. If you're doing these 5 things, I know you're going to be successful and you're going to hit your goals. Like these are tried and true over the last 2 decades. All right. So I'm calling this Success Leaves Clues. And I also wanted to call it Things That Instantly Tell Me Someone Will Reach Their Goals. And that was like too long of a title. So we're calling that the subtitle. Okay. All right. So I want to start with this. What is success all about? You might think it has something to do with talent or ability. And it doesn't. Not exclusively. Success is all about attitude. So I say that word and all I can think about is from the movie The Santa Claus, where they're like, we're elves with attitude. And they were successful. Okay, so listen up. So success is not just exclusively about talent. It is about attitude. how you show up, how you respond, how you react, how you hold yourself. And it's so true. I've seen it time and time again. If you want to be successful, you've got to have a good attitude about it. That doesn't mean that you're polypositive. You don't have to be positive. You just have to have a good attitude. Okay. So here we go. These 5 things. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I get all 5? Yes. I have a bonus one too. Okay. 5 things that instantly, when I see them, I recognize in a person and I'm like, you are 100% committed and going to hit your goals. Like these are the things. All right. The first one is asking questions. Do you remember like in grade school, junior high, high school, there was always somebody who would say like, Miss or Mister, like I have a question. Let me ask this. You always knew they were going to ask a question. And maybe they were like annoying, but at the end of the day, they committed that item to memory. They did what they could to understand the topic. They didn't just take it at face value. They were always like, let me ask you this. Let me pose this. Let me go here. The most successful people I've met are not afraid to admit that they don't know everything. They're the first to admit that they don't know everything. What they have is a good attitude about it, right? So the best, most successful leaders build a team of competencies that they don't have, and they recognize that in other people, and they're not looking to compete. They see talent and they're like, instead of thinking, oh no, I'm threatened by this talent, they look at it and say, you need to be on my team. We need to work together to make this amazing. Successful people ask questions and they admit that they don't know all the answers. They just don't know all the answers. They're curious about the world around them. They're curious about how something works. And that is so true for lots of things. But particularly, I tried to say specifically and then I tried to say particularly. That was funny. Particularly when it comes to fitness. So I have some clients and I love it. You trust me to create and curate the best workouts for you. And I do my best to meet you where you are, but also give you a little edge, a little challenge, something to reach for. I love it. You all do this. I have the best clients. Y'all want to know why? Like, what is this about? What muscle should I be feeling? What muscle groups should I be feeling? What's another way to do this? What's a better way to do this? Can you watch and make sure that I'm doing this correctly? Like, they come willing to learn. They come willing to grow, knowing full well that they don't know about this topic and there's somebody that they can ask about it. And I know you're going to smash that workout. I know it. I just know it. All right. Let's see. So yeah, asking questions. Number 2, this is probably my favorite one, the most important one. People that are going to hit their goals and they're going to be successful show up imperfectly. They don't wait for the set to match. They don't wait. I mean, like your outfit, right? They don't wait for themselves to be perfectly flexible, which is like a myth. They don't wait to lose the weight before showing up to class. They don't wait until they're completely ready to jump in. They just show up. They show up. I'll have clients roll up in an outfit that does not match and 2 socks that they're like, well, I think they're clean. I love it. I know you're going to smash that workout if you show up that way, for sure. Now, will you still be able to smash it if you show up in a completely cute set? Absolutely. But I just know something about you that, like, regardless of the morning that you've had or the fact that you couldn't find clothing that matched, you still came. You could have totally thrown in the towel and just said, it's not good enough, so I'm not going. Not you. You just showed up. That, to me, is a sign that you are going to be successful and you are going to hit those goals. And I love that. I love it. I love it. I think I've said this a million times, but consistency beats perfection every day. Just showing up, regardless of, how cute you look that day. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, this next one. Ooh, this one is me. They laugh at their mistakes. You could get like ego, so full of ego, and try to distract if you make a mistake or blame somebody else. Like if you trip over a piece of equipment, you could be like, well, why did you put it there? Right? The people that are able to laugh at themselves and be a little humbled are going to be successful. They're going to hit their goals. And it's almost like it pairs with that first one, right? Like you're curious about it, you're asking questions about it. So like I'll give an example really recently from a class. So we were doing balance poses in our yoga class. And I had a client that just like kept wobbling all over the place and got a little frustrated because they were like, I have great balance. What is happening? And instead of just like throwing in the towel, sitting down, sitting it out, not doing it, they kept going back at it, even giggling at themselves. Like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you today? Like, oh my gosh, why are you falling over? And then they got curious about it and said, like, what could I be doing differently? And that is where inspiration strikes. That is where you know that person is so primed to learn and to grow. And to me, that reeks of success. That reeks of hitting your goals. And I absolutely love that. I mean, I'll be the first to admit, like, you know, your biggest fear when you go to a reformer class in Pilates, don't worry, I've done it. Do you know what it is? Fall in the hole. I've done it. You might do it too. You could do it too. If you just get back up and giggle and be like, haha, that was funny. Not trying to blame anything, like get right back up. You are learning from that mistake. It's not even a mistake, it's just an accident. You're learning from that. It's not like successful people don't make mistakes. We do. We make a lot of mistakes. We just learn how to recover faster and move on. Build that resilience. All right. Oh, we're breezing through this. Number 4. All right. People who are successful and likely to meet their goals, celebrate the small wins. All right. So maybe you've got that big goal that's on the wall and you're circling every day or crossing off every day that you do it. I don't know, something like I want to drink eight glasses of water a day. And you've got that big goal. I want to do it for 100 days or whatever it is. You have to celebrate the little things, like getting through one day, getting through 2 days. That's how you build success. You are working toward that bigger goal, and that's great. But the way that you get there is through those little baby steps. So you got to celebrate on the way to the big goal. Otherwise, what's the point? Like if the first time you experience a setback on the way to that goal, you might quit and never achieve that goal. So you gotta celebrate the small wins. You gotta celebrate the small victories. And when it comes to fitness, I mean, I really haven't had a client in a while come to me that they wanted weight loss because that's just not what we do. It's a side effect of what we do. But I'm trying to think like those other victories. Maybe if it is part of their bigger plan, the smaller victories would be like, hey, my clothes fit better. Or, hey, I feel better. Hey, I got out of bed and like had a little bounce in my step today. Or my favorite one is like, I was able to like sit and stand all day without achy knees, or I was able to walk up the stairs without achy knees. Like, oh gosh, that's so amazing. We can do that. We can do that with consistency in classes. For things like in yoga, people like want to touch their toes, and that to them signals flexibility. But on the way there, like, oh my gosh, I folded forward and didn't lose breath. I folded forward and I was able to go a little lower toward my thighs today, or I was able to use the blocks and get really close to my ankles. Like, celebrate those small victories, because that actually might matter more than the big goal, those little things, because that just proves that you can build resiliency over time and you will continue to celebrate those things. Small wins become momentum, baby. All right. And the 5th one that I know people are going to hit their goals and be successful, you keep coming back. You got to show up. Not only do you have to show up imperfectly, show up as you can, as you are. You just got to show up. And that, oh my gosh, I know I've said it so many times when you say it back to me. So this happened at a class last week where someone was like, but we made it. And you said that's 90% of the work. And I was like, my work here is done. We don't even have to have the class. You did it. You figured it out. I love it. It's true. You just got to keep showing up. You got to keep coming back. You got to keep coming back. One and done is not going to do it. You're not going to get stronger after one session. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. I heard somebody, it was on a podcast. It might have been the Morgan Stewart podcast, where one of her guests said the new trend, insert eye roll if you're listening, is for women, like a strong body, because it's not something that you can get from a pill or a serum or surgery even. Like you can do liposuction and you can have fat reduction in surgery and you can do, I don't know, those crazy wrap detox thingies to rapidly lose water weight. But a strong body takes work, and that's going to be the new flex. And that's a trend I can get behind because you have to put the work in. But you keep coming back, even after a failure, which we talk a lot about failure here. It's a good thing. You have to, failure's on your way to success for sure. But you come back even after you missed time from vacation, even after you got busy, even after you were sick and in the hospital, you keep coming back. Like, dang, are you going to find success? You are going to, and I'm like, I don't know, I've got goosebumps because this is my client list. Like all of these things I'm telling you are people that I work with, and I love that. I love that. The comeback is so much better than the setback for sure, and that is a big part of coming back. Yeah, I think a bonus one would be, I talk a lot about confidence. Confidence comes from action. And action sets you apart and ensures that you're going to find success. You can have all the plans and dreams and designs that you want, but until you make that first step, like you're not even close to success. You have to have action. You got to have action. Okay, so my challenge to you, my friends, my listeners, my family, whoever's out there, I want you to pick one of these 5 habits. So I've written these down and intentionally practice it this week. All right, here are your choices. Ask one question, right? It's okay not to know everything. It's okay. Show up, even if it's not your best workout, just show up. Laugh off one mistake and don't immediately try to direct blame or say something about it. Just laugh. Celebrate one small victory, even if it's, I woke up 30 minutes earlier today to work out. And get back on track, even after missing a day or a week or a month. It's okay. We're still here. Those small actions create those transformations that you're looking for. That leads to your success. That leads to you achieving your goals. That's what it takes. So yeah, there's that. I would love to hear which one of those challenges you picked, and I'd be delighted to know how it went and how good it made you feel. And if one works, try another. Try another. Let's keep going. Keep going. All right, my friends. So you are going to have an amazing, successful week. And don't forget to come back to the blog, The Secret Life of the Fit Pro, every day, where I've been blogging every single day. And Tuesdays, we drop Tuesday Tea. I've got a good one this week. Good one. Come back here on Sundays. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all of the things. Share it with your friends. Share this with someone who needs to hear this, who maybe is working toward a goal and is just finding setback after setback. They need this, and maybe that person is you. So thank you so much for watching, for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.